I may be changing my background a little bit.
Yes, please.
It's gonna be.
One. So hello. So hello and welcome. Dobrodošli. Dobro večer. I'm Zrinka. So first I will describe myself. I'm a woman in my early 40s. I'm quite tall, which you cannot see because I'm kneeling now. I have brown ear-long hair, brown eyes. I'm wearing a brick red shirt and gray trousers. I'm a dancer, somatic practitioner. I'm co-organizer of Improspekcije festival. I'm now in Zagreb, Croatia, where I was born, where I live. And at this moment, I'm on Gorgona stage of the Museum of Contemporary Art Zagreb, together with Sonja, with whom I co-direct Improspektions Festival since 2007. Improspekcije or Improspektions is an artist-run initiative devoted to reflection around and affirmation of improvisational practice. Tonight we are opening the 14th edition of Improspekcije Festival in quite a particular conditions, which encouraged us to experiment with new formats, one of which you will see tonight. So, Sonja. I am sitting next to Zrinka, looking at the same screen, and my name is Sonja Pregrad. I am the second half of the organization team of the festival and the program tonight. The program tonight is called GPS Chats, Close Encounters of a Dance Kind. And I have to audio describe myself. So at the moment I'm holding 3 fingers on my chest. I wear a white shirt with colorful leaf patterns on it. I have gray trouser and I have a braid on over my right shoulder. I am on my knees. Zrinka is to my left. In front of me, there's a big audience seating with a few people sitting and looking at us. Behind me, there's a white screen, and on the white screen, there is a projection of the images of all the other people who are in this meeting with us. This meeting was meant actually to happen live. And we were very excited in collaboration with Movement Research through the Global Practice Sharing program to have a meeting between the US, Iranian, and Croatian dance artists. We were hoping that this could happen for 2 weeks in Croatia and that we would be actually tonight here on stage live. But as it happens, the 7 of us are each in our own screen, and this is going to be the situation for tonight. We do hope that next year we get a chance to continue meeting each other and exchanging live. And I would like to invite one of the people on the screens, Mariah Wethers, on behalf of Movement Research, to say a few things.
Yes, hello. Thank you, Sonja and Zrinka. And hello, everyone. My name is Mariah Wethers. I use she, her pronouns. I am a Black woman in my mid-40s with chin-length, wavy black hair. I'm wearing a red and black sweater and I'm sitting in front of a black and white screen in my living room in Brooklyn, New York. I'm the director of the GPS Global Practice Sharing Program at Movement Research, and also a dancer. Movement Research is a creative services organization and laboratory for the investigation of dance and movement-based forms. Movement Research is housed on the traditional lands of the Lenape people, to whom we offer deep respect and gratitude as the traditional caretakers of these lands. And now I'd like to introduce our two sign language interpreters. We have Frankie Short, who I believe is currently interpreting, and momentarily you will see Candice Davider, and they are from LC Interpreting Services. In addition, we are fortunate to have Marielys with us, offering audio description. Marielys, would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you very much, Mariah. My name is Marielys. I am an Afro-Arawak woman from the Caribbean, Puerto Rico. I'm located in Puerto Rico at the moment, and I have black hair to my shoulders, short bangs, heavily tattooed arms, and a siren passing by the building that I'm located at. I'm the metropolitan area of San Juan. And just to explain a little bit my role, I'll be describing what I can see through the live stream. Right now, we have 9 screens. I cannot tell you what order they're at, and they may change the order throughout the chat and the performance and the experience. What I may be telling you is actions that will be happening, situations, and maybe colors and suggestions of imagery that may come. The artists are also capable and able to describe themselves. So this will be an ongoing kind of like chat, explorative chat that we will have in terms of description, action, and description. This is for the benefit of all our visually impaired and blind communities to be able to experience dance beyond the expected or the traditional way, as a seeing experience, but also as an auditive experience, which is what they have available most of the time. Thank you. I can pass it on to Mayfield.
Hi, my name is Mayfield Brooks, and I use they, them pronouns. I am currently located on the land of the Lenape people, Lenape Hokan, also known as Brooklyn. I am wearing a gray t-shirt, and I'm also wearing cream-colored trousers, and on my face I have tortoiseshell glasses. My hair is pulled up and back, and my skin is brown. And I am in my apartment, although right now what is being depicted on the screen is a rainbow-colored, spirally design against a sky blue backdrop. But if you were with me, you would see that I'm facing a bunch of houseplants, and so that's what I'm looking at right now, even though it can't be seen. And I'm in front of a fireplace that does not work. And I will pass it on to Kayvon.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kayvon Pourazar, and I use he, him pronouns. At the moment, I'm in Carmel Valley, California, the land of the Ohlone people. And I'm in a room with cream-colored walls. I'm wearing a cream-colored hooded sweatshirt. Behind me are windows. The light through the windows is quite bright, but if you were able to see through those windows, There are mountain ranges. Some of those mountains were recently burned by the California fires a few months ago, and we're starting to see the colors change. So Mother Gaia is healing. I have a lot of hair on my head. It's salt and pepper. I have a stubble on my face, which is also salt and pepper. I'm experiencing a lot of nerves right now. Nerves that I haven't felt since I've been on stage. And probably if you were in the same room as me, you would sense my pheromones communicating my nerves, my electromagnetic waves from my body communicating my nerves. And it's all about thrill and excitement. And I'm very happy to be here with everyone. I'm going to pass on to Saghar.
Thank you, Kayvon. Hello, everyone. My name is Saghar Hosseinpur. In January, I will finish my 35. I am a dance artist, and right now I am sitting behind a wooden 4-leg table in the middle of the kitchen of my flat, which is on a roof of a 80 years old building in the city center of Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. I have a quite big terrace full of plants in front of me that you can't see, unfortunately. It is quite cold outside, but warm in here. It may rain at any moment, and when you can hear the sound of it clearly on the roof of the kitchen, because it is made of some not very usual material that I don't know the name, maybe plexi or whatever. And and I'm wearing a woolen black trouser and 2 pair of socks. Also my favorite blue sweater. And I have a necklace hanging from my neck, which is a present from my mother. And I'm very glad to be with you here. And I will pass it to Silvia.
Hello, I'm Silvia. Yes, I go by she, her, and I'm Croatian. And I'm wearing a green sweater with a pink button saying Antisezona on it, which is the dance program that we are curating here in Museum of Contemporary Art in Zagreb, where we are now. On this stage, we performed quite a lot already this year and last year, and also we had Mayfield last year here with us. So I can still remember very well them coming from the chairs downwards with Mary. And it's just about a year ago, I guess. So we are here in the theater in Zagreb, better to say in Novi Zagreb, which is a part across the river. And luckily, this building wasn't destroyed by the earthquake that we just had also this year. Maybe this is also to mention, because some of the venues in the city are. And Zagreb and MSU, where we are finding ourselves now, is safe. There are some people sitting in the chairs in front of me in the audience, 2 nice colleagues of ours and another gentleman helping us here with the techniques. There is also Nina taking photos. We are having 3 cameras in this space, but we have just 1 microphone. And therefore, we will change. And probably right now there is Zrinka saying under me, but because this is Zrinka's computer and this is the one which is plugged into the loudspeakers. So everything what you say, it's amplified through this beautiful theater that we are finding ourselves in. So I guess this is all what I would like to say about the intro, about myself, and now maybe something about the format that we are proposing here. which we called Bliski, susreti, plesne, vrste in Croatian, meaning close encounters of the dance kind. And we like to think about it as performative talk or discursive performance. And it is a place and the frame for us to meet, to be together in the real time and space, meaning now time together and space virtually. But here behind me, there is a huge screen and with reflections of all of you. And the first proposal for this core would be that it is a container, it's a frame for us to express our desires and our needs for right now. There is also place and space and time to ask ourselves questions, which can be directed very directly to somebody by name or to everybody in space, or maybe to the universe, or maybe to yourselves even. You can use any means you want, your language, your body, the movement, silences, or just staying and being together with your concentration and your focus. We will last for an hour and a half from the beginning. So from now on, there is another full hour, and then the alarm clock will go on for you to know, and then we will have another 10 minutes for us to finish. Yeah. So I would suggest we just start.
Zrinka and Sonja change screens, and Sonja is touching a plush that has a lion shape.
Was that a question, Marielys?
That was a description.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I have a score for everybody. A starting score. Sort of a question. For a question for a lot of things and a lot of entities. I've been thinking about this quote from Maya Angelou. None of us can be free until everyone is free. And I've heard other people say it in other ways, like if even one of us is not free, then none of us are free. And I've been thinking about this principle in relationship to our bodies, the arena of our bodies. Knowing the body is made up of many entities, that there's the heart brain, there's the gut brain, there's the mind of the cells, there's a lot of intelligences. And the question is, what if you ask that collection of entities, who is not free? Which of you is not free? And what needs to happen next to allow you to be free? That's my question. That's my score.
Hands on their neck, mayfield, stretch sideways. Silvia stands. He walks away. Zrinka is on all fours on the ground. Silvia crosses the stage behind Zrinka. Kayvon stands, raises his hands. Sonja is hugging the cutty toy and lets it go. Zrinka stands. Mayfield changes their background. Kayvon lifts a leg. Sonja looks away from the screen, walks away. So is the projection. Mayfield gets closer to the screen, touching their face. Zrinka stands with hands raised. She can be perceiving two screens at the same time. Saghar is out of the screen. Kayvon as well. He reappears.
My eyes, my breath do not feel free.
Silvia approaches the screen, crossing her hands. Kayvon stands, hand on his chest. Mayfield is topping her cheeks. Zrinka hugs, her left arm raised in waves, undulating her spine. Kayvon approaches the screen. Mayfield sways side to side and spins around the space. She walks away. Zrinka's hand is on the screen. Saghar is still off the screen. Sonja and Silvia are in the same location in the theater. Silvia closer to the screen. Sonja behind her, kneeling. Marýa is off the grid. Feel free reads. Don't feel free. Black font over white paper. Don't feel free on this screen. Mayfield undo their hair and brushes it with their hands. A new screen appears. Find peace and sleeping now.
Right now, I'm trying to connect to the ground, and I'm trying to see without seeing Silvia and Sonja in the space and what they're doing. But then I try to go like higher above and open the perspective and see further away out of this space we are in now, and see the movement of the people around this space in the building and around the building.
Saghar sits on the screen.
And I try to expand even more my perspective. And there I have a difficulty, but I still try. And to enlarge the perspective that much that I can include you and see you moving without seeing you. And some of you are quite far, but you are still standing on the same land as me.
Kayvon leans to the side. May feel hands on her hair, approaches the screen, elbows poking out. So you don't have the glasses anymore.
What are the textures of freedom?
Screen moves around.
The vibrations of freedom.
Kayvon seems to be vibrating, body shaking.
Saghar! Hey! I feel free when I'm off the screen.
And I try to include in my perspective people watching this and their movement as well.
Hands above her head, Zrinka sways, opens her arms and release, lay to the front. Kayvon moves the camera. Mayfield brings the plant in front of the screen, spins the camera. We can see the mountains that Kayvon described, some green and a wooden balcony. Blue skies without clouds. Saghar starts moving the screen, face the ceiling, a hanging fan turned off. Fan starts spinning. Some reflection coming from the window of Mayfield's house and through the plants. Sonja and Zrinka are standing parallel, almost parallel, and walk around spin. Zrinka comes closer to the screen. Silvia is carrying the camera. Sonja changed screen. Mayfield is touching the plant very close to the camera. The reflections of the top light coming from Silvia's screen.
Mayfield,
Kayvon inside the house.
can you tell us a story about that plant? In your bio, it says you're a farmer.
This is a lucky plant. And it says, "I didn't choose you, my heart did." My mother gave this to me as a birthday present for my 50th birthday. And so yeah, it's special. The mini lucky bamboo. And my cat has munched on some of the leaves, so I have to hide it from my cat. My birthday was October 18th. So it needs water. That's it. Just a little bit of water in. And the roots are really beautiful.
Kayvon drinks water. I drink water.
Sonja drinks water.
There's like a really cool distance, kind of slimy, the roots. Like, so that's the story of the lucky bamboo. My gift from my mom.
Everyone seems to have paused any sudden movement exploration.
Zrinka, can you tell me what are you thinking about right now?
I was thinking about the question I wanted to ask you, but I was thinking, is it the right moment now?
As me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And the question, is it the right moment now?
Yes, I think it is. Because I could read your mind.
I was thinking about obstacles, and I was thinking, like, what is an obstacle for you?
Obstacle.
Yes, I was thinking about what you shared when we first met through Skype, about the work you do in street and now you said about screen as an obstacle, and I was wondering about obstacles.
I think it changes in the moment. There is no like obstacles in general for me. But if I want to explain it in a word, I would say show. And I think there is a difference, a big difference between presenting and representing something that I am trying to understand, at least myself. When I'm doing something, I just try to stay and ask myself if I am presenting something or I am representing something. Yeah, I think, or maybe doing something or showing something. For example, freedom is a very abstract word for me. I don't understand it, and I can't explain it in like with language, and I cannot even show it. I can just think about it like 1,000 moments. But yeah, at the moment, I don't feel free when I'm showing myself. Honestly, I'm comfortable, but I don't feel free. Do you think you have your answer?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Silvia and Sonja have their hands covering their mouths. Saghar as well.
I have many desires right now. And so it's hard to sort through what I want. But more than anything else, I just want to be with you all in a way that feels like beyond this screen, somehow. I mean, we're here, but it almost feels like really, really far. It feels far. And I want closeness. Closeness. So maybe that was why I was trying to figure out what the textures are of freedom. But maybe more than the textures, I wanted the texture of being together. What is the texture of being together on Skype? Is that possible?
Silvia walks to Zrinka's screen and they touch. Mayfield have their hand on their forehead, fingers to their hair.
I had a dream the other night, and it reminded me of this analogy that I've always used for performing. So the dream, there was some kind of score, dance score, improvisation score happening, and there was one central figure that was in a spacesuit, and they had tubes connecting all different parts of their body. And I always used to think of performing as some kind of space mission, that, we spend these months and months in rehearsal, which is like the simulator, and then we put on our costume, which is like the spacesuit, and then we go to whatever other planet, which is the performance, the stage. And you never know what is going to happen on that stage, because all you've worked with so far is a simulator. You don't actually have the real conditions. And for me, being in a room with so many other consciousnesses, and I always felt like I had to relinquish some kind of control, that what was going to happen was as much a result of those consciousnesses in the room. What was going to take place was going to be influenced as much by them as it was by me. And so Mayfield's line of questioning or desires, it kind of leads me to ask, what's the palpable thing that this screen, like, what are the consciousnesses through the screen, and how are they changing my reality? What can I relinquish to allow what takes place to be a collective choice?
Right now,
I think it's already happening.
Right now, I feel very close and very connected to your plant. And I feel also connected to the waves on your shirt, Kayvon. And with this beautiful clock that you have on your wall, Marielys. It looks like a sun. And to the blue color of your sweatshirt. And I'm very close to Zrinka's body. Touch her legs.
Saghar blows a kiss.
And I would like to invite you all to tell us or show us what proximities you feel towards the other people.
Kayvon stood up.
I'm actually not sure. Do you hear me? Do I have to speak louder?
Yes, it's okay.
I am quite far away from the computer that picks up sound.
What do you feel close to?
I'm with my eyes, I'm really close to the screen. So I see your eyes. I feel close, my eyes feel close to Mayfield's eyes. And I kind of feel closer to the sunshine and further away from darkness. I know behind me there's darkness of the theater and it's night here. And my chest feels close to the floor. And I guess this is the floor.
Another plant on the screen by Kayvon.
What do you feel?
Mayfield and Kayvon are behind their plants. Plants in front of the screen. Light gently touches Kayvon's face and Mayfield's face.
I see Mayfield's eyes squinting because of the light. And I'm trying to find the light from the sun that's going to do the same thing to me.
Mayfield smiles.
I really appreciate what Saghar said about. Did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, correct.
Said about presenting and just presenting, showing. I think there's something about that in feeling close. There's a mixture of messages that come through what is being perceived and what is being presented. And right now, what I'm seeing is making me, it's drawing me in because of how I'm being influenced by the light here where I am, so that I'm understanding what I'm seeing in a really different way. And so you all are being illuminated by the light that's being filtering my vision of.
Sonja is in all fours, touching the floor.
Maybe the warmth is giving me a feeling of closeness. So even though I'm feeling the warmth from the sunlight, it's somehow transmitting to how I'm feeling towards everyone.
Saghar eyes moving directly and closer to the screen. Sonja's as well. One eye, Saghar. Another eye is Saghar. Blinking. Even closer. quick blink, eyeballs rolling, moving, Sonja playing with the camera, Zrinka seems to be watching. Kayvon leaning against what seems to be an open window. Where are you exactly, Kayvon?
It's a closed window.
It's a closed window.
Leaning against the window. I'm hoping for a bird to fly by. There's a lot of big birds of prey that soar around these parts. I always look forward to seeing them.
Mayfield's torso leans forward, head upside down. Saghar stood up, walks towards the camera. Sonja and Silvia on the same screen. Silvia stretches her arms to the sky. Her torso sways, knees bend, torso slightly forward, rocking up and down. The image of the face shakes in the screen. The picture fades away.
May I give a score?
Yes, please.
Do you have all papers and like a pen with you? Maybe
Yes.
even the audience.
Whoa.
Okay.
Everybody look for a paper.
Okay, may I ask you to close your eyes for a moment and just draw a picture of the feeling you have about yourself right now. And then if you would like to share with us.
Mayfield is laying on the ground. Silvia and Zrinka are off screen. Sonja, Saghar, and Kayvon look down. They seem they're drawing. Or eyes closed. Yes, eyes closed. Sonja opened her eyes. Mayfield and Saghar show their drawings. Mayfield is in green and it's a scribble with circles. Saghar has some circles and some lines that crosses the center of some circles, also kind of scribbled. Kayvon shows his drawing. Waves and patterns as if the hand was shaken.
We are in a theater. We don't have pen and paper. I can do the. But I can do the drawing in the air with my hand. Would that do?
No, you can sing a song for us instead.
I should sing a song.
Sonja leaves her hand and then places it on her head. Are you thinking of a song?
What song? Song of myself. I will sing a song about myself, but I will tell you, like, 4 weeks ago, we were here in the same place, except I was not sitting here, but Silvia was like on this stage, and I was sitting up in the audience, and Silvia performed, and she sang a song about herself, and and maybe I'll try to be close to Silvia in this moment, and I'll try to be close to you, and I will sing the song about how I feel. Is it too loud? Is it too loud? Is it too loud?
Perfect.
Is this a rhyme of a song? It doesn't even rhyme. It doesn't even rhyme. It doesn't even rhyme.
Yeah.
Zrinka changes the camera position. Now he's facing
Saghar, I have a
back.
question.
Silence.
Silvia.
I have a question for you, Saghar.
Yes.
I never learned to read or write in Farsi, but the other day I was looking at a fire and it looked so much like Farsi script. And I wonder if you ever look at a fire and it speaks to you in Farsi script.
Okay. Fire, you mean real fire?
A real fire, yeah.
Okay.
Whether you're high or not.
Because fire speaks to me in another language, but not in Persian. Yeah, but maybe I can tell you in Persian what she might tell me.
Yes, please.
به من نگاه کن. ساعت‌ها، لحظه‌ها و چشمات نمیشه هر چقدر به من نگاه کنی. و وقتی به من نگاه میکنی امنی، آرومی، حاضری و گرمی. همینجا بمون، جایی نرو.
باش.
Do you understand?
فهمیدم، اما فقط الان شما رو میبینم. یه لحظه قبلا فقط توی دوربین سونیا و زرینکا میدیدم. شما دوباره رفتیم دیگه، نمیبینم دیگه، اما فهمیدم. ببخشید، فهمیدم.
خوبه. مرسی. خوب حرف میزنی ولی.
یه خورده. دیروز با برادرم حرف زدم، زنگ زدم، فکر کرد یه کسی دیگه بودم، چون گفتش آخه فارسی خیلی خوبه، من عادت به این ندارم.
تهران زندگی میکنه؟
نه، اونم تو کالیفرنیا است.
آها، خب.
مثل اینکه اینا به صدای ما دارن میرقصن.
آره فکر کنم آهنگ داره زبان فارسی براشون.
یه خود هم آهنگی هستش زبون فارسی.
آره هست.
مثل
ایتالیان. آره دقیقا.
If you're spinning on the ground, Silvia and Sonja are dancing, touching one another. Zrinka is moving the camera and capturing other perspectives of Silvia and Sonja. Saghar fingers move slowly closer to the screen. Audience members far away. Zrinka's elbows and hands suspended. Sonja's hands pointing out, fingers spread. Wrists crossed, Zrinka. Mayfield's cat comes to say hi to them. As they move the plants on the ground, the cat and gestures from Silvia. Sonja, hands on their back, palms facing out, like wishing something. Saghar touching her hair, slowly, hair moving forward. Kayvon stands up. What instrument were you playing, Kayvon?
That was a piano. A very out of tune piano.
Hands clasping, Zrinka. Faceless cat on the screen walks away. Silvia's hand and arm carving, fist off screen. Kayvon is outdoors again in the balcony or in the window. This reappears on the screen. Hand open. What are you holding, Mayfield?
A shell.
Shell. Shell seems to have like a spiral center with two openings that look like wins. Fingers tapping, Kayvon. Saghar leans back, hands on her head, elbows pointing to the sky or to the ceiling. Arms release, Saghar. Silvia off screen. Sonja off screen. Are we backstage?
I'm backstage, yes.
Rachel picks up the camera, walks around. We're seeing backstage of the theater. Saghar off screen, we can only see maybe 1/3 of their body. Emergency extinguisher on the screen. They feel on the window or close to the window. Sonja crosses the stage. Saghar is off screen. Sonja crosses the stage again. She looks out the window and nods her head. Sonja brings the chair and the lion Cuddy toy. Closes in with space with white walls. In the frame of a door. Reflections of the sun on Mayfield's wall. They're shaped as squares. Silvia leans on the wall and melts down until almost sitting on the ground. Arms that stand above her head. Mayfield's hand plays with the shadow.
I am dancing on the floor, but you cannot see me because my laptop is connected to the charger.
Kayvon leans vigorously on the ground. Feet on the air, Saghar. It moves in a fluid motion, arms, hands, elbows, torso, carved in space. One foot on the air shaking. Kayvon stops spinning. Make your hands move vigorously, opening and closing, fingers extended. Instantly, kind of like spinning. Skin tapping, Silvia. Hand shaking, one arm grabbing the other, pressing. Hands on the ground, torso off the ground, Kayvon. Flat foot on the air, Saghar. Another foot. Moving. And on top of me. Because it was walking in the air. Kayvon shakes vigorously, hands on the ground, head nod. They feel almost touching the wall, hand very close to the wall. Silvia stands, no, Sonja stands one hand above the chair. Zrinka laying on the ground, comes back to seat, melts back down, reaches arms up, sways around, stands, knee stands, sits and stands in a swirl up. Camera moves closer to Sonja, hands extend. Kayvon stops shaking. Kneeling on the ground, Kayvon's hands swing and arms moving his torso. Almost like the flat fire flames. The hard arms stand to the sky, palms reaching out, like if you want to touch the ceiling. Hands close above her head, they open again. Princess arms above her head, they open slowly, standing the space around her head. They cross, the arms cross in front of the body. Sonja's arms move vigorously, like it's touching the air. Arms extend, go down, kneel on the floor, or arms touch, one hand touching. Most of hand touching the wall, moved away from the wall, fingers extend. Kayvon's feet, legs stretched out. Leaning back, he comes back to sit and propels himself forward. Hands on the ground, toes on the ground, pelvis in the sky, or off the ground. Mayfield seems to be in a constrained space between books and the window and a curtain. Framing the window, extends his arms out, one leg bends. Are you sitting, Mayfield?
I am sitting. My right leg is up, and my right foot is on the windowsill, while my left leg is down, and my left foot is on the ground. And I'm balancing between the two walls on either side of the windowsill, of the window.
Sonja from far away seems to be mirroring that move. Are you, Sonja?
I'm trying to. But I feel like the echo is more than mirror.
Kayvon is laying down, hands on his face. Silvia crawls. Mayfield lifts their left leg and lean it against the wall. Right leg is extended. They're both on the wall. Sonja lays on the floor, lifts her legs up, slightly bend the knees. Saghar, legs on the wall. Crossing the feet.
Yeah. Right on the left.
Right on the left. Kayvon touches his beard, now his hair.
Now the whole was shaking. It might be that the screen in the theater moved, but all of the pictures went up and down for a second.
As I was stepping on the wire.
Which is funny because so fragile. I somehow believe you're people and you're here. And then it's somehow also light. And it's kept by a wire sending it.
Sonja, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I remember once we were in Berlin in a workshop together, you as a teacher, and you was telling me all the time, Saghar, put it into your body, Saghar, put it into your body. Do you remember? And I am thinking right now what that sentence can mean right now in this situation, to put it into your body. I think my mind is more active than my body at the moment.
It's something also about image. The image that the light makes. And maybe why I got so excited that all of the images trembled was that then there was a movement again. And I've been actually thinking a lot about these textures. How did you say, Kayvon?
Can you remind me the context?
It was something you said in the beginning about textures of being together. To me, like what we were trying to do for the last hour was a lot about like the textures of this space and how to feel them, how to be sensitive with them.
I wish I could remember. It was a fleeting thought, but I do feel like I'm right next to Mayfield right now, yawning. When I see them on the screen next to my face, and that feels comforting.
Mayfield behind the curtain.
Mayfield behind the curtain, and them and I behind Zrinka, and Marielys above me, above Zrinka. I have a burning question. I heard somebody say that right now, with the capitalist system, that a tree is worth more dead than it is alive, and that a whale is worth more dead than it is alive, and that our human attention is worth more when it's staring at a screen than it is pursuing our own goals and values. And I say this while I'm staring at a screen. And my question is,
Hands on the face, Kevin.
This goes back to the original proposal from Sonja and Zrinka about death and dying. Is this capitalist system going to cause a death, a large-scale death? And if so, what is it like to be like a death doula? Like, do you feel like you need to resist that death, or is it possible to focus our attention away from resisting death and put our attention to embracing life and what there is left to live? And does the quality of that death, the way a death doula would cultivate a way to die beautifully, is that directly in relationship to what is reborn after that death? I guess I'm asking the question to all of you, if you have any thoughts on it.
I think that this kind of moving being is a kind of death, because I'm with you, but I can't, the part that died is the part that is not possible, right? The part that's like being somehow in closer contact. And it's like for me it feels like a reverberation, like a like almost like a boom, like a boom. And yet, despite that, there's still life within that. Despite what's missing, there's still something there within what's missing. And so, I feel like I'm grieving, constantly grieving, but at the same time, grieving what the lack of connection, but at the same time, I'm learning how to connect in a different way. I'm relearning something that I don't even know that I'm learning. And yeah. But I do feel like that there's a death of a kind of connection that, involves just literally touching.
Thank you.
But then that's living in the theater, so that's beautiful to watch and be a part of, and to work in my own body to sense something that connects me to the touch that's happening in the theater, or even the touch that you might be experiencing in your environment, Kayvon or Saghar, on your floor in your flat. So there's different kinds of ways of touching.
It's very interesting how in this format it permits the time to come, it was interesting to hear your voice, Mayfield, coming from there, not from the screen, because it's with loudspeakers, so your voice was there on stage, and there is a resonance of you moving on this stage 1 year ago, and then it somehow came together, and now you are here. In a way, we did something together in this moment, and then we were also in California and in Iran and in New York, and there is a lot of yes, we sense that something is missing, and but also we can start from what is there, and for me I'm learning to appreciate, or to see what is there instead of what is not there, and I appreciate that what is there now. And I felt the most distant in this today, what we did today, from Sonja in one moment when she was here in front and I was in the backstage, because I couldn't hear anything of her. So I was mostly connected through my ears with all of you, through what you were saying, and resonating with what you said, and sensing your movement, imagining more than seeing. So thank you for that.
What you're both saying reminds me of, I've been watching some film festival things, and then every now and then I watch a Q&A after the movie with the festival people and the filmmakers. And that always used to be what I noticed is with everyone being in their living rooms and their safe space, that they are able to have these really intimate conversations that I feel like were never possible on a stage in front of a lot of people. And that seems like that's something we have now that replaces the thing that's missing. It feels tangible to me, that intimacy.
Yeah, like my hair is a mess. I would never want to see this, but because I've decided to take it out, it's so messy. So this is very intimate. This.
And you know, for me,
touches your head.
oh, sorry.
You know,
Also that like I have had some experiences with online doing things together, and this intimacy sense was there a lot for me as well, that you're mentioning, Kayvon. And then I'm also busy with the fact that we were in a theater today, and yet because we were so connected with you, because there were like 2, 3 other people with us in the theater, actually the theater space felt really yeah, like a big haunted house. So maybe I was closer, I felt close to you, and I felt more distance to the darkness. And yet I feel like I also belong to this darkness, or like I have something to do here as well. So I don't know, I find it's always interesting that there's a grind, that there's like something to work in between. So I don't think we're dying now. I think this system is dying for a long time. Yes.
Yeah. But this perspective of you 3 is so amazing. You're looking at us, but at the same time, I can see the profile of the 3 of you. Like you're a rock band or something.
And can you imagine that in like 6 months we're all sitting here?
I don't know.
Well, why not?
I just don't know what's going to happen. But yes, I would like to, I imagine it. I can imagine. I want to imagine.
It's also funny what you're responsible for, because like if you ask me if I can imagine it, I can't. But if you ask me as the person who's organizing it, yes, like I totally I totally imagine. And I would actually, I wanted to say see you here next time, but perhaps perhaps we see each other before. But I really wish we see each other here, because I think it will be amazing to dance or share the space here with the memory of what was just done. Please. Dada.
There is a strange feeling about having 3 more people here with us in the space that you don't see. I have the feeling that they are actually, because speaking about what is close and what is far, I think we are all together in a bubble very far from 3 of them, which is strange. One of them is having camera and is taking photos of all of us all the time.
Because we invited her to do so.
And you will see these photos, which is really somehow really bizarre. And there are 2 more people watching. Yeah, just to connect them.
Bringing a screen to a screen.
Yeah, you didn't see them. It's too dark for the computer.
I tried to show,
do
but
see
then
them.
the computer switched off already.
But yeah, I just had the need to mention them too. Yeah. One of them is approaching.
And then it's a question whether there's some people around that we don't see, because there might be people on Twitch, and Marco is supporting it, is around.
Marýa.
And Marýa is around. And then maybe some other people are around. Maybe some people are thinking of you at this moment. Yeah.
Somebody's writing in the chat, I'm still here watching. Moving weirdly.
Someone typed in chat, I'm still here watching. So that was a way to know, to touch. And it's an interesting loop. And maybe it's the end of that loop for now.
I see radiant faces, some smiles, some luminosity coming out of each of you. That's what I perceive.
I appreciated the childlike joy in this improvisation, in that there weren't any real boundaries. It just felt very, just very chill, very fun, and I didn't feel a lot of pressure to do anything. Just to be wherever I needed to be. And I think that that's really special to have with each of you.
In the chat, Gufarda says, hi, Ben here. Kalor Kajal says, greetings from Seattle. It was lovely to see your event. Gufarda says, also Seattle. Moving weirdly, I am alone here in Canada since March. Juliana Rasher, 555, says, still here, Mayfield, your hair looks great. Moving weirdly, no boundaries, it goes back to question of freedom. Mayfield, to be wherever I needed to be, quote. Chat is in the screen. Mayfield moves their fingers.
You want to say something, Saghar?
Yeah, Puru just texted me and said hello to you. She was there too. And she made a screenshot of the hands. And she said that was the most beautiful moment of the whole meeting.
I was thinking about textures of being online, and how we are like looking for textures of freedom or textures of connectedness.
Yes, I'm thinking, but I'm not here yet. But actually, I was thinking about freedom. I found out we have some kind of freedom here, because you can leave whenever you want. You can just go and make a tea for yourself in the background. You can just go pee and whatever you want to do. Yeah, I think it's some sort of freedom that I'm starting to like.
We have another kind of freedom which is to touch each other, but it's also the responsibility to leave this space within 20 minutes because because the Croatian lockdown is 10, so they're gonna close the museum down.
Mayfield hands in front of the screen, swipes to the side.
Huh? So Zrinka still wants to show Silvia.
Yes, to say
We
goodbye.
want to look at all of you. We want to send you our love and gratefulness for being there with us. Also love and gratefulness for people who are here with us in the space and people who have been online. Also gratefulness translate Mariah, Marco, and come back live. Come through the earth. You're here now.
So good to see you all.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I love this time
Amazing.
together.
Goodbye.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you.
Marielys.
Bye,
Thank you.
Marielys. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Be well.
Thank you, Francis.
Bye,
Okay.
Mayfield.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Have a lovely night or afternoon. Thank you, Marco. That was great. And to the interpreters as well. I don't know if they're still around. Thank you, Francesca and Candace, Mariah. Be well.